Hey, how's it, James? Just wanted to send you a note, say hi. Figured I'm outside. It's a veterinary hospital behind me. This is not where we live exactly, but just to give you an idea of how many blooming trees there are everywhere. There's a whole lot of trees in this place. It's actually a very heavily wooded state. There's way more trees than people, I can tell you that. And it's quite a new forest. My friend LP tells me, he said it started growing about the same time people stopped cutting down wood for firewood, and instead started using fossil fuels and things like that. And also the farming changed the landscape a lot, because farmers would clear the land, and as people moved west and found more productive farmlands, they stopped farming in Massachusetts, so all the forests grew back. So it's been absolutely blinking mad. I can't begin to tell you how stressful it was at times. Running around in airports with too much baggage and small children, exhausted and falling apart. Being very tired yourself too, and worried that some administrative hiccup could give you the nightmare of your life. But everything worked out. All the officials were as efficient and professional as they could be, and it was good. Good to finally get to Portland and then finish up with a program there and go from Portland, Oregon to here in Massachusetts. So we basically finished up with a refugee program and said we're out migrating. And they said it's not a problem at all. Here's your grant money, here's a check, we'll mail you your social security cards when they're ready, and good luck, So we got ourselves to the airport, flew over to Massachusetts, and it's probably the most exhausted I've ever been in my whole life. But we're staying with the Lows now, LP and Jackie Lowe, who are longtime friends of mine. Marissa doesn't know them as well, but lovely people, super generous, and I'm trying to get a different job, finishing up the one I've got. Maybe I'll go back to it later if it makes sense, but with the salaries here being what they are versus what a South African company can pay, it might not actually work, just because of how incredibly expensive things are here, and what you can make is necessarily much higher than anything you'd pull in South Africa. So we'll see. I might go back, I might not, might do something else entirely. I'm not sure. Hope you guys are doing well. Tracy and the boys, I hope they're well. Sorry I've been terribly quiet. We don't really have an email newsletter or anything like that because it's been too busy. And it's difficult, folks love you and miss you and want to know how it's going, but I've been so incredibly busy with this and that lately, trying to wrap things up and find documents and make applications for this or that, and be aware of all the things we really ought to do legally, that it's been a nightmare, trying to just stay aware. But as I said, folks have been super generous, and we're housed and fed and happy for the most part, just trying to de-stress. Might take another few weeks before it really kicks in. But in terms of life here, super safe, at least compared with where we were before. We can walk anywhere. I mean, here I am in some neighborhood. It doesn't look very densely populated, but that's because there are no fences anywhere, and properties are quite large, at least the grounds are quite large. And if you were a vagrant or trying to live in a tin shack or something in this place, you would die the next winter. So it's not an easy place to live. The climate is quite harsh, although at the moment it's warm, hot and humid even sometimes. So there's no way anyone could live the way they live in South Africa. The shanty towns would just be obliterated by the climate. So strange world, very weird. compared with what I'm used to. But mostly in good ways. Yeah, I guess culture shock and all the rest of it will come when it does. But for the most part, I found people to be friendly, easy to communicate with. I guess they could be a bit cold, but I haven't really tried making new friends yet. Not too many. Yeah. Okay, sorry this is so long. I'll try to get an AI to make a transcription of everything I've said so that you don't have to watch my rambling video. Gosh, people here have loud cars sometimes. Cool, James. Bye.